Beck and Stonepaw. Vampires or the most vampires? Let's review the facts. First off, Stonepaw is from Canada. 75% of all vampires come from Canada. Therefore, Stonepaw is, at minimum, 75% vampire. Beck eats apples by biting into them. What if the apple was filled with blood? If the apple was full of blood, Beck would probably like it. Ergo, Beck is a vampire. Stonepaw and Beck said they flew to Texas. You know what else flies? Vampire bats also fly. And you might be wondering, they said they drove for the convenience of having a vehicle when they arrived in Texas. Well, vampire bats can also drive cars. Stonepaw has had hundreds of birthdays. Literally hundreds of birthdays. Is he some kind of immortal that's hundreds of birthdays old? When we asked Beck if she would like to sleep in this coffin we brought, she said no. Why would she not want to sleep in a coffin? Perhaps she has her own coffin that she prefers. Stonepaw has a background in construction. It is likely that he has been building many spooky castles, the same kind that vampires inhabit. When asked about the jar of dirt from her grave that she must keep with her at all times, Beck told us to stop bothering her during dinner. As it turns out, vampires do not like being asked about their jars of dirt. And now pause for a break with Gaster. When we tried to drive a wooden stake through Stonepaw's heart, he got scared and ran away. Would a normal man run away from a stake through the heart? I think not. What was he running from? The truth? Beck and Stonepaw both brought toothbrushes from all the way across the country. Toothbrushes brush teeth. Fangs are teeth. Vampires have fangs. QED. Ever notice how Beck and Stonepaw don't wear capes? Well, vampires wear capes was purely an invention by costume designers working on plays and in Hollywood, and is not part of the original vampire mythos, or even mentioned in Bram Stoker's novel. Stonepaw once sneezed, and when someone said "bless you," he hissed and shriveled up into a pile of ashes. I'm just throwing it out there. We asked Beck if she had any plans after the marathon, and she said, "None, but my greatest desire is to see the sun extinguished, and my kind able to ravage the earth freely hereafter." When asked about Beck's outburst, Stonepaw mauled our cameraman. Then he turned into a wolf. And I know you're thinking, but Dracula could also turn into a wolf. Beck and Stonepaw are not werewolves. That would be silly. As we all know, werewolves come from Madagascar, and that's why they close their borders as soon as somebody sneezes. We asked Beck and Stonepaw what their favorite Zelda is. They had this to say. They both said the one where he is a vampire. Oops, I thought you said our favorite vampire at the same time. Is that something a non-vampire would say? This phrase is uncommon among non-vampires. So in conclusion, Beck and Stonepaw are the most vampiric vampires to ever vampire. This has been a friendly warning and PSA and a call for help. Send garlic and steaks and Van Helsing.